Hello, it's Conrad Burdekin again. If you've not met me before on any video or I've not been into your school, I am a writer, a poet and a storyteller. And today we're coming up with some more silly poems. And people sometimes say, Conrad, where do you get your ideas from? And the answer is I get them from all over. But sometimes I'm inspired by my mum. And this first poem I'm going to read for you, this is all about my mum. And what happened was I was coming out of the office one day. I used to have an office right down in my cellar with the slugs and the mould and the damp. And I was coming up the stairs to get a cup of tea. And as I got to the top of the stairs, suddenly an idea just popped into my mind. I don't know where it came from. The ideas shop out in the galaxy of ideas, who knows? But the idea that came into my head was imagining if my mum went to work in a spotty bikini and high-heeled shoes. I don't know where it came from, seemed like the sort of thing my mum would do, and so this is a poem all about my mum. But listen, shh, if you ever meet me out with my mum, by all means come and say, hi Conrad, I saw you, you've been to my school, whatever, but don't tell her that I've told you this poem because she promised me never to let anyone see it. Don't tell her it's in one of my books. This is a poem called My Mum. My mum goes to work in spotty bikinis and sparkly high-heeled shoes. Each day she gets up when the sun's still in bed to decide on which clothes she should choose. Her wardrobe is massive. It's tall, wide and long. It's got 17 large purple doors. And under it, filled with a zillion shoes, are 102 yellow drawers. I need them, says Mum, when Dad's in a huff. My shoes are my very best friends, and as for my wigs and long frilly coats, I have to keep up with the trends. Some mornings I've seen her waltz out through the door in pink slippers and Lumo green tights. Last week she went shopping in nothing at all. My mum, no clothes, what a sight! At weekends, she wears lots of feathery hats. On Mondays, it's silver string vests. Tuesday's a day for bright flowing scarves. But Friday's the day she likes best. A Friday for Mum means a ring on each finger and 2 dangling out of her nose, 6 from each ear and 3 in her lip and 10 more stuck to her toes. The problem I have with her dress sense, the thing that is not all that cool, Mum is the acting head teacher at my local primary school. Families can be really embarrassing, but they're also a brilliant way to get ideas for poems. Now, I've told you one that my mum might be a bit embarrassed about. Here's another one about my mum. This is a little bit different. This is one where I'm saying nice things about her. And my mum lives in a place called Walton in Wakefield. And a lot of people think that my mum is posh. Now, she's not posh, but she's South African, and so she talks with an accent that makes her sound a little bit posh, like she might be a queen or something like that. So this is a poem I wrote about my mum called The Duchess of Walton. The Duchess of Walton, more famous than the Queen. She lives in quite the largest house that you've ever seen. She waves to all the villagers who cheer in adulation. This lady is the darling of our whole entire nation. The women want to be like her. The men just want to kiss. Mwah. The ones who get to meet her are transported into bliss. But I'm the really lucky one, for she's my bestest chum. And not just that, you won't believe, the Duchess is my mum. So, now it's your turn to have a go at doing a poem. And because we've been talking a bit about families today, I'd like you to have a go at a poem about a member of your family. It might be a pet, it might be your mum, your dad, your gran, your granddad, your brother or sister. Please don't be too horrible. It could be about anyone in your family. And the reason this poem works well is because you know what your family members are like. You're the best one to know all the things they do, the things they like, the things they don't like. And we're going to write a special kind of poem called a kenning. So listen carefully. I'm going to read you a poem now about my daughter Mabel. Now, it was her birthday yesterday and she's 11. But when she was a little toddler, she was a bit naughty. Oh, she was. We used to go to playgroup and she'd push children and she'd pull their hair and she'd snatch the toys and she'd do all sorts of things. And listen carefully when I perform this poem for you. See if you can hear how many words per line there are and also what every line finishes with, what sound it finishes. And at the end, I'll tell you how you can go about making up a kenning. They're dead easy, but they're fun. This is a poem called Mabel Mobbler. Here we go. Mabel Mobbler, tummy wobbler, nappy filler, orange juice spiller, finger licker, nose picker, nighttime waker, big mess maker, bath time splasher, sister basher, banana masher, carpet dasher, big smile giver, full life liver, chocolate cruncher, noisy muncher, greedy gobbler, Mabel Mobbler. Now, did you notice how many words per line? Mostly 2. Mabel Mobbler, tummy wobbler, greedy gobbler. 2 words, that's all you need. And did you notice what sound every line finished with? And the easiest way to do a poem like this is to think about one of your members of the family. Let's imagine a dog, right? And if I asked you, tell me something about your dog, and you said, Conrad, my dog steals pizza whenever we get pizza from the pizza shop. Now, that is not 2 words, steals pizza when we get pizza from the pizza shop. But it's quite easy if you think about it like this. My dog is a pizza stealer. 2 words ending in What about something else to do with your dog? Oh, Conrad, my dog poos in the lounge. What? Yes, it's true. Poos in the lounge. 4 words, doesn't end in He's a lounge pooer. There you go, you've got one. Now, let's think about a mum. What sort of stuff might a mum do? Maybe your mum is really good at giving you lovely cuddles. So then you'd have she's a good cuddler. You've got the idea. We're warming up. What about a brother? If it's an older brother, remote control hogger. Because they might always have the remote for the TV and never let you watch what you want to watch. What about a dad? This is a good one. Sorry, all dads out there, but it's true. toilet stinker. So you can really come up with as many as you want. You could do one about your rabbit, your guinea pig, your gran, your granddad, anyone you like. And then right at the end, if you want to do something like this, he's a bit mad, he's my dad. Or if you want to do something like, brothers, for the end. It's alright, you can finish it how you like, but in the kenning, 2 words per line as much as you can. And hopefully, when you've had a go at that, you'll have an entire poem. Perform it to your friends, perform it to your family. But be careful, if you haven't been all that nice, watch out, they might stop your pocket money.